Hey guys, Tyler here with Carli Suspension. Today we're showing you this beautiful 2023 Super Duty. Cole over at CJC Off-Road was nice enough to let us prototype our new leveling Pathfinder system for it. This system is going to feature 2.5-inch diameter Carli-SPEC shocks. It's going to be a beautifully riding truck on the freeway, quite a bit of forgiveness, but then if you do get off the highway and you want to kind of mess around after you drop off your trailer, it's going to be a great riding system for doing some mild to moderate off-road abuse there. First, digging into it, this is going to be a leveling system. So the base kit here is going to feature our radius arm drop brackets to achieve proper caster. We're going to have leveling coils in the front, lighter spring rate than factory to soften the ride, and the shocks are there to mainly control that and make sure it's nice and composed and controlled rather than being bouncy or sloppy going down the highway. So this truck is sitting on 38 1350 R18 Nitto Ridge grapplers on the new Foundation wheels. To make sure that wheel tire combination is nice and composed and controlled going down the road, we've offered our lower and our high mount steering stabilizer. As I mentioned before, to achieve optimal caster, we've provided the radius arm drops and the 1-degree caster shim at the knuckle. To further increase this caster angle and give the truck that feel of being on rails, we have our fabricated radius arms that have 2.5 degrees of adjustable caster built into them. This can give you the highest number you can possibly achieve. We ran it up to about 7 degrees without binding that front drive shaft, which means sitting around that 4 or 5 degree spec that we found works great is going to be absolutely no problem to your factory drive shaft. So when it comes to purchasing your truck, this one in particular is going to be your F250 Lariat with the Power Stroke diesel. This truck has a short bed. It also came with a 2-leaf main rear pack, which is a lighter duty pack compared to the 350. Now, as we mentioned earlier, we actually replaced these rear leaf springs entirely, so it frankly doesn't matter whether you get the 2 or 350 when it comes to this system and optioning out everything we have to offer. Our new spring rates that we've provided both in the front and in the rear allow the softer ride quality of the truck, while the shocks are there to ensure it's not bouncy or sloppy going down the highway or in the dirt. Additionally, we've got our bump stop drops. These allow our coils, the shocks, and the actual truck to bottom out all in the same position. Everything cycles as it needs to. When developing this new Pathfinder system with our Carli-SPEC 2.5-inch shocks, we made sure that this truck can get down in the dirt and it's definitely no slouch. Although it does have a softer ride quality on the highway compared to the pin tops, you still get some real solid off-road capability out of it. Throwing it into turns, coming into big dips, you don't have to check up for as many things as what you do with the backcountry system, which is exactly what we were going for. We didn't want to lose any highway ride, but we also wanted to gain some off-road capability. So rounding off this leveling base kit, you've got our adjustable track bar. Made here in the US with DOM tubing and a chromoly Heim joint at the end, we're offering you the best that we can possibly give you to center that axle under the front of the truck and allow the full range of motion that has been increased from factory. This bar is also going to be fully rebuildable using made in the US FK joints at both ends. We have a vibration dampening cub joint at the frame. This allows those joints to last as long as possible, but when they do eventually give out in anywhere from about 50 to 100,000 miles, you're going to be able to rebuild it without having to buy an entire new bar like you do from the factory. So that track bar features our 7/8-inch cub joint, which is going to be at the fixed end at the frame. The cub joint is a 7/8 uniball encapsulated with some bushings to give it the vibration dampening. It minimizes side-to-side deflection while still allowing for that vibration to be dampened and allow that joint to last as long as possible. To complement that cub joint, we've got a FK joint at the other side that provides adjustability for anywhere from 2.5 to 4.5 inches of lift. We've got our trophy hitch in the rear. This allows you to put one of those 38-inch spare tires under the bed in the factory location using the factory winch crank, and then we have a 3-point strap to hold it there to ensure it does not fall out of the truck even if you're getting a little rowdy. So as many of you guys know, putting a 38-inch tire, even a 37 or a 35, takes up about half that bed. So keeping it in that factory location, using that factory winch is going to be a huge advantage to make sure that you can still use this truck for what it's designed for. We've got our full progressive springs in the rear that are going to be a progressively rated leaf pack. This is going to soften your ride back there, but it does come at a loss of capacity. About 1,500 pounds is going to be your max bed load before you start to sit on the bump stops. So this truck also has what's called full travel bags. These allow you to gain back that lost capacity without giving up any of the movement or the ride quality that you gained with that spring and shock combination. CJC Off-Road and Banks Power work together to design what they're calling the Trophy Exhaust. Not only does that exhaust allow it to route around the new 38-inch spare, but it's also designed with our long travel airbags and our King 3.0 Dominator shocks in mind. So if in the future you wanted to go up to the 5.5-inch Dominator, that exhaust is going to transfer right over and allow you to run everything you want. To bring more top-of-the-line industry products to this truck, it's equipped with some Baja Designs lights down in the factory fog light location. Then there's a light bar holding 5 Baja Designs to give you as much light as you can possibly need anywhere you're taking this thing. Down below that, you've got a factory-style winch that's actually built into the bumper. This is a beautiful feature because it really keeps a clean look while giving a lot more functionality. In addition to looking great from the outside, this thing is absolutely gorgeous inside. You've got memory foam seats, you've got a beautiful dash with stitching and inlays, we've got a sunroof that almost goes all the way to the back windows. It's absolutely immaculate inside, and these things have come a long way. So that's about it on this beautiful 2023 Super Duty. We've touched on the suspension, the lighting upgrades, the trophy hitch, and then we've got our Banks and CJC trophy exhaust back there. Everything's functional, everything ties together beautifully. It couldn't be a better truck here.